Hello students, good morning everybody. In today's video we are going to discuss about dielectrics or insulators. What is the dielectric? A dielectric is a non-conducting material which has no free electrons. In a conductor there are a large number of free electrons, but in a dielectric which is a non-conducting material there are no free electrons. The electrons in a dielectric are bound within the atom. Ebonite, glass and mica are some of the examples of dielectrics. When an external electric field is applied to the dielectrics, the electrons are not free to move anywhere inside the dielectric because they are realigned in a specific way. A dielectric is made up of either a polar molecule or a non-polar molecule. First of all, non-polar molecule. What is the non-polar molecule? A non-polar molecule is one in which the center of the positive and negative charges of the molecule coincide with each other. As a result of this coincidence, the non-polar molecule will have no permanent dipole moment. Hydrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide are examples for non-polar molecules because in all these gases, the center of the positive charge and negative charge will coincide with each other. So you see here in this first diagram, the center of the positive charge and negative charges are coinciding with each other. So this is a non-polar molecule in the absence of an external electric field. But if you place this non-polar molecule in an external electric field, what happens? The center of the positive charges and negative charges get displaced by a small distance. As a result, the molecules getting polarized. Okay, and as a result of this, a dipole moment is induced inside the molecule, or I can say the non-polar molecule, when it is placed inside an external electric field, will get polarized, or I can say a dipole moment will be induced inside the molecule. Next we will see about a polar molecule. In a polar molecule, the center of the positive and negative charges are separated by a small distance even in the absence of an external electric field. These molecules have a permanent dipole moment. Due to the thermal agitation inside the molecules, the direction of each dipole moment will be oriented randomly. So because of the random orientation, the net dipole moment of this molecule is zero even in the absence of an external electric field. See you here in this diagram, this is a non-polar molecule, and in the absence of an external electric field, each and every small figure here represents a dipole moment, and in the absence of an external electric field, these dipole moments are randomly orienting in different directions. Because of the random orientation, the net dipole moment of the molecule is zero. But if you place the same polar molecule inside an external electric field, in the second diagram you can able to see all the molecules getting oriented themselves along the direction of the external electric field. They get aligned themselves along the direction of the external electric field. Now a dipole moment is induced in these molecules, and now the molecule is said to be polarized in the presence of an external electric field. Okay, now polarization. In the presence of an external electric field, a dipole moment is induced inside a dielectric material. That is, both in the polar and non-polar molecules, when they are placed inside an external electric field, a dipole moment is induced in these molecules, and the polarization of this dielectric is defined as the total dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric, and it is found that as the external electric field is increased, the dipole moment will also get increased. So I can say the dipole moment P vector is proportional to the external electric field. P is proportional to external electric field vector, or P vector is equal to psi m into E external vector, where psi m is a constant of proportionality which is called as dielectric its susceptibility, and it is a constant for each dielectric material. Next, induced electric field inside the dielectric. When an external electric field is applied to a conductor, what will happen? The charges of the conductor will align themselves in such a way that an external electric field is created, which tends to cancel the external electric field. But in the case of a dielectric, where there are no free electrons, the external electric field only realigns the charges of so that the external electric an internal electric field is produced. So in a conductor there will be an internal electric field produced, and this internal electric field balances the external electric field. But in the case of a dielectric, when a dielectric is placed inside an external electric field, there will be an internal electric field developed inside the dielectric, but the magnitude of internal electric field will be less than the external electric field, and it acts in a direction opposite to that of the external electric field. The magnitude of the internal electric field is smaller than that of the external electric field. So the net electric field inside the dielectric is not zero, but in parallel to an external electric field with a magnitude less than that of the external electric field. For example, let us consider a rectangular dielectric slab placed between two oppositely charged plates. Let us see the diagram afterwards. The uniform electric field between the plates acts as an external electric field in which the dielectric gets polarized when it is placed in between the plates. The positive charges are induced on one side and negative charges are induced on the other side of the plates. Therefore, inside the dielectric, the net charge is zero even in a small volume of the dielectric. So in this case you can able to see that these are the two plates, and one plate is having a positive charge and another plate is having a negative charge, such that and a dielectric is placed inside this external electric field. So what happens, the dielectric molecules get orient themselves along the opposite direction, so an internal electric field is produced here, and there will be an alignment of the charges inside the dielectric. As a result, an internal electric field E internal is produced inside the dielectric, and here this is the external electric field which acts from this plate to this plate, but the internal electric field produced acts along this opposite direction, and the net electric field inside the dielectric is not zero. A best example for this case can be seen if a charged balloon after rubbing sticks onto a wall. The reason is that when you rub the balloon will get charged, and when the charged balloon is brought near a wall, what happens means the charges in the balloon will polarize the charges on the surface of the wall, so which attracts the balloon, and it is shown in the diagram. Next one, dielectric strength. When an external electric field applied to a dielectric increases, the polarization of the dielectric also increases. When the external electric field applied to a dielectric is very, very large, the large electric field, what will it do? It will tear, it will separate out the atoms apart, so that the bound charges inside the atoms of the dielectric now go away from the nucleus and they become free charges. When will it happen? Only when a very large external field is applied to an electric field. After that, as a result of the production of a large number of free charges, the dielectric begins to conduct electricity, and this stage is called as dielectric breakdown. So what do you mean by dielectric breakdown? The breaking up of the bound charges inside a dielectric because of the application of a very large external electric field is called as a dielectric breakdown. The maximum electric field inside the dielectric can the maximum electric field the dielectric can withstand before it breaks down is called dielectric strength. For example, if you apply a potential difference, an electric field of 3 into 10 power 6 volt volt per meter to a dielectric. The dielectric of the air, which is a dielectric, the charges will get separated, so it begins to conduct electricity. The applied electric field increases. If the applied electric field increases beyond this one, what will happen? A spark is produced in air. Why a spark is producing? Because when the applied electric field is greater than this value in air, a large number of charges are produced in air, so as a result a spark is produced. The different dielectrics have different values of dielectric strength, and the values are given in this tabular column. For mica, this is the value of the dielectric strength. For Teflon, this is the value. For paper, this is the value. For air, the value is 3 into 10 power 6 volt per meter, and Pyrex glass, it is 14 into 10 power 6 volt per meter. Okay.